I use Kai. We're live, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Drone Therapy. I think it's episode 277 now. So we're close to 300. And first and foremost, I would like to give a shout out to Mr. Ron Brown. So you can see that he's absent right now on the panel because he had some surgery done on his eyeballs today, and he's going to be resting for a little while. And as you can see in his place, we have none other than Lloyd the Grumpy Vlogger.
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
So any input of wisdom, he will be happy to induce us with it. As usual, Randy is joining us as well from Mad Props Media. Glad to have you as well, Randy. And our special guest this week, none other than Mr. Don Polintan, who happened to just recently go home to the Philippines. We will be sharing some of his footage that's on his channel. I'm going to get a copy the link for his channel right now. Let me go back one. And we're going to show you some of the footage that he took while he was in the Philippines, as well as, let me do it over here. It'd be better to do over here. As well as he's going to tell you what regulations you have to go by in order to fly your drone in the Philippines. And then if you stick with us, we're also, if you see, I pinned a particular website at the top of the chat. It is for the rules and regulations for you to fly your drone in Japan. And when it comes up, yes, it's going to be in Japanese characters. So please make sure you hit the translate to English button, and you can check it out. And the rules are very, what would you say, Don? Strict?
Fairly strict. And it's also harder to, just fly in Japan if you're not in, if you're in a populated area, obviously, because it's crowded all over Japan, unless you go out to a lake, open field, or out to the coast, where it's pretty much safe to fly. And, buildings in Japan are it's just too tight
Yeah,
for
that makes
any
sense.
reasonable flying.
So you'd have to go up in the mountains and then fly back towards the city.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we
pretty
go.
much.
Well, let me do this real quick since I've introduced everybody and kind of gave you a brief overview of the show. I want to say hello to Jody from Drone Shots. He was the first one that popped in this evening. Chuck is coming in to say hi to everybody, and he's giving us more. He says, learn from your mistakes, more love in the world, more drone therapy. Go, Chuck. Okay. And he's saying hi to Jody. Good to see you. And Grumpy Vlogger, as you can see, is with us. He's here also. Rolling. And we're going down through here. And I can see John from Flying Flynn Media is in the house. Glad to have you as well, sir. Rolling on down in here, we can see Leonard Oglesby. I'm glad to see you as well. Props off. Hello, how you doing? And we're glad to say, and Randy is in that category of FPV rippers as well as camera drone specialists. So he's in that category too. Artco Drone Solutions. Thank you, Art, for joining us this evening. Good to see you as well. I'm looking to see if there's anybody new that I haven't noticed yet. So far, so good. Well, no, so far with more people. Gary, good to see you. Glad to have you in the house as well. He's going to be here for a minute. Hey, Drone Days, good to see you as well. I'm rolling up through here, and I can see Art has just told Gary hello, and everybody's talking. What have I got? I need to roll this one down. Okay, there we go. What, are we done? Are you done? Cool. So we're all done with our personal stuff here. Good. So now back to the meat and potatoes of the evening. Let me get back over here to Don's. I was gonna, if y'all didn't see it before, I will post his link again. Don Polintan, otherwise known as PhlytZone on YouTube. He has a unique spelling of the word, so you can actually find him rather easily if you will put that. I guess you would, what you want to call it. Do you have a Skydio? I'm looking at your banner, and it's like there's a Skydio on it.
It's
No, you don't.
Mavic 3.
It is the
That's
one that
Mavic 3. Yeah,
Okay, I see it closer now. Maybe, yeah. But I can see it looks like there's an Air 2, and then in the middle looks like a Mavic 3, and then there's something over on the right hand side.
It's a Skydio.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, cool. So let me do this. I will pull it over here. Okay, I got that. Now what I'm going to do is come back in the studio, and I'm going to put a share, and I'm going to share the window over here. How about that? Woohoo! And then I'm going to, where's it at? Hey, we're going to add it to the scene. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rack up Which one do you want to start with, Don? Do you want to go?
We'll start with Japan. How about we'll talk about the Japan registry
Oh, you want to talk about
registering and
that and then go back to
yeah,
watching the
and then let's
videos?
go to the videos.
Okay, that'll work. Go
Does
ahead.
that work for you?
Yeah, that's
All right.
great. So what I'm gonna do is stop sharing this for now. There we go.
Yeah.
So
All
any
right. Well,
questions about flying in Japan? And Don's going to kind of give us a brief overview right now.
I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I went through the process just in case I was able to, have time to fly over there. Yeah, I was kind of bummed that I didn't get any time to fly in Japan, but that's just the way it went. Because when you're with your wife and she wants to go somewhere, you gotta go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no doubt about
So,
that.
um, uh, before flying in Japan, you have to go to this website. If can you pull up the website and share that?
Yeah, yeah. Hang
Um,
on. Where did I put it? That's it right there. So I'm gonna drag it over here again.
yeah, it's
Put it
the
right
DIPS
there.
website.
Yeah, yeah. I still keep going back to the Philippines website and being so happy. I need to. Yeah. Is that or not? Yeah. Okay, so I will make
Yeah,
it
and that's
large.
yep. There you go. That's the drone information platform system of Japan, and in there, actually, because you don't have. Is there a way for me to share actually,
Yeah.
so I can? Let's see.
Here's a usage guide. The
Share my
manual. Yeah, but
screen.
it's all. Yeah. See, it's
Yeah,
like
because
PDF
the first thing you
download.
need to do is actually sign up
Rick.
for this site so you can log in. And after you log in, there's a link that will come up. Here, let me share my screen.
Okay, hang on. Let me pull this. Bear with us, folks. We're old and slow, but we get the job done.
Eventually.
Speak for yourself.
There you go.
Oh, okay, okay. I forgot. We bought Randy in for virility. So
I'm only here for my youth.
we're here to be virile. Hey, and I want to say hi to
All right.
Dom. I want to say hi to Dom real quick. I want to say hi to Captain Joe real quick. I want to say hi to do Johnny Droneflower real fast. Mark R. White, glad to see you as well. I'm trying to catch up. DWE UAVP, glad to see you as well. Jim's Droning and Photography, glad to see you. Roland, trying to get up here and caught up. Yes, we're good. Thank you, folks. Continue, and I will highlight.
All right. So here in this website, the first thing you need to do is sign up for the website so you have an account. And after you have an account, this link right here will come up where you can register and get a certificate to be able to fly in Japan. So if you go there, and this is what you need to do right here to apply for registration of unmanned aerial vehicles. They require you to do this 10 days before you travel to Japan. If you're already in Japan, you got to wait that 10 days, you know. So it is nice that you're able to do it before you get to Japan. So as soon as you get to Japan, hopefully you already have registered and you get the certificate. It costs about $10 to get a certificate to fly in Japan. And obviously, once you get that, then it is what do you call this? More common sense where to fly. Most of the laws we have or rules that we have for flying here in the U.S. just take that and when you go to Japan, have common sense. You can't fly in the city. You can't fly within 100 feet of any people. You can't fly within 400 feet of any buildings and stuff like that. And the ceiling of 400 feet AGL still applies. I find that out in Japan and in the Philippines. They both apply. That's because most likely they actually just took the laws that or the rules that were set already here in the US and just copied and paste them, just to have kind of common um, rules wherever you go. Makes it easier. But um, unlike, I would say, rules we have here are more stricter than in Japan. And then in the Philippines, it's very lax.
Didn't you mention
Googles.
you didn't see anything about remote ID in Japan?
Yeah, I did not see anything about remote ID in Japan when I was filling all this out, and even in the um, FAQs. But
I was gonna say that's
you
pretty
know,
straightforward compared to a lot of other places. Like $10, and
exactly,
that's not bad at all.
it's not bad. So, like here, military bases and um, first responders, anything like that, are still a no-no. So basically, keep that common sense of what you already know here, and just apply over there. It's a lot safer doing that than um, saying that if it's not in their website, you'll do it anyways. Be courteous as a foreigner, basically. But in any case, I would say Japan is an awesome place to go. And when I did a Google search of where they allow to fly, they actually allow to fly around shrines
Oh,
or
well, okay.
Buddhist temples, as long as that temple is in an open area and not
Ah,
in
okay.
the middle of a city.
Can you see the
So yeah,
question? Can you see the question here? He's saying,
which
isn't their
question there?
weight requirement a little bit lighter? He's saying, don't you have to get really lightweight batteries for the mini drones in Japan? The Japanese batteries for the Mini 2 were only half as heavy as the normal ones. I think
Oh,
there might be a different weight requirement there.
um,
I'm not sure.
I
I don't
have
know.
not seen. Yeah, I did not see any weight record. Well, in that aircraft weighing more than 100 grams, it says are subject to the Civil Aeronautic Act. So just go look at that. But in any case, like I said, it's you know, all that applies are still line of sight and all that. But most of us are actually very courteous flyers and safe flyers. So just
Well,
keep that in
that's what I
mind.
think's cool about it. You go, you sign up, you give them $10, they give you one of their licenses and say, "Yeah, you can
Exactly.
fly over here." And just follow these rules, common sense rules. Don't be an
Right.
ass. Don't hurt, endanger anybody. Don't endanger yourself. You know.
Exactly.
Oh wow,
Exactly.
remote ID is still 5 years away in the land down under. So in Australia, they're still got 5 years to get remote ID. Wait a minute, that's how long
Uh,
it takes the signal to get there, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty nice compared to like Africa. I remember I think Bob from Old Farts, he was saying you had to pay like it was like $500 or $1,500, and then you had to pay somebody to actually fly the drone for you or something of that nature. Or you had to have a certified pilot with you at all times. Like that's a
Wow.
little draconian in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly. I'd
agree.
say I can get some postcards, thank you. I'd really want to fly, but I'm not making your monies. I'm not giving you. I'm not your gross national product here.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
ridiculous.
So now moving to the Philippines.
Ah, okay. Let me do this. Oh, I didn't move it over here. Hang on, I can move it like this. Watch, boom, magic. Should switch. Let's see. Nope, it didn't
Let
switch.
me.
Oh no, that's you doing it. So you want me? Let me
Yep.
put it up. That's what I love about the Philippines. Look at
Let me
this.
see.
See if. Wait a minute. I want the guys, if you can read this. I want you to see. Well, I got these already ready. Let me see this.
Okay.
I want you to look at these regs for general flying a drone in the Philippines and see if they sound familiar to you. Okay. To fly a drone for commercial purposes or to fly a drone that weighs 7 kilograms, that's 15 pounds, or more, you must obtain a certificate from the CAAP. See section below for information. More or less, if your drone, I gotta do this, weighs less than 15 pounds, then you ain't gotta do that. Okay, so fly only in good weather. Do not let the drone outside your visual line of sight. Do not fly over populated areas such as schools or marketplaces. Do not fly higher than 400 feet above ground level. Do not fly closer than 30 meters, 98 feet from persons not involved with the drone's operation. And do not fly closer than 6 10 kilometers or 6 miles from airports. Do not fly near emergencies such as fires. Does that sound familiar to anybody
I
at
think a
all?
lot of those countries
Yeah, it was
use the U.S.'s rules as their
Yes.
blueprint to go off of.
Yep. I agree.
Well,
yeah,
like I was talking to Don, we were putting this up, and these are the original recreational rules for us. And like I asked last week, I'm like, I totally understand why they created 107 to basically make money for the government
right.
and
Hmm.
tell people that they had to have it in order to make. I get that. So that's the ability to make money. But here's the rub. These are the rules that we had as recreational pilots, right? This is what we had.
Yeah,
What did we do to get them taken away? Why did we get downgraded when we didn't do anything to deserve to get downgraded if it's not a money grab? I mean, I can understand if
yeah,
there'd been some huge incidents like all over, like up and down the eastern coast and, middle of the country, but there was nothing.
It's always about money.
It's
Always.
about money.
yeah,
Yep. I
Well,
agree.
but the whole, I'm totally cool with 107. I'm totally cool with people making their money. So
Hmm.
just let them do that with the 107. But let us be able to fly with them and hang out and do stuff. What kills me is like if you go out fly with 107 pilots, you kind of want to fly in the same places they're flying. But under the new rules, as a recreational pilot, you can't. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah,
they'll take off and go look like do this, and then they'll be like, you get about 15, 20 feet away, and be like, oh, they'll be like, no, dude, you need to stop. It's not legal for you. Wait, I'll let you look at my footage. I'll share some of my footage with you. You get me? I'm like, seriously, that's what they're going to do. I'm like, what the hell? So I'm like, I'm totally cool with people using it to make money and stuff. That's great. Wait a minute, I had no issue flying my Air 2S and Air 3 in South Africa. Permit needed for commercial work. Other sides, yeah, that makes sense. I don't. So it's okay. So we've gone back to it's just about the money.
yeah,
And remote. So is remote ID. I hate to sadly say this because remote ID supposedly was to help protect from any incidents, which I'm kind of confused. We can only fly 400 feet in the air, and they can only fly as low as 500 feet in the air.
Else-
So the only thing we're worried about is helicopters, and we can pretty much tell they're coming. I don't. It all confuses me. I'm like, we're not even. There's like a buffer zone, right?
Right.
There's a 100-foot buffer zone between us and them, but yet we
Is it 500? I thought it was 1,000.
I think it's 500. I think their deck is 500 feet. Because there was what is it, Randy? You tell me. You're the freshest
It's
one.
500 feet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So anyway, wait a minute. Safety, freedom. No, that's like when they're talking about. He said, "What is it?" Bob Casey's talking about United We Drone, and I always come back to him with the free the drones. So anyway, basically flying in the Philippines. So let me get this out of here completely. Flying in the Philippines is
Very lax.
pretty much, yeah. You just basically
Yeah.
make sure that you follow the rules, just like they were talking about in South Africa. And since we've been babbling about that, let me close this out. I'm gonna close out the Japanese website, and I'm gonna bring up Don's channel. I'm going to. Is that right? Let me see. Yes, looky here. So where are we going from here? I'm gonna go to Gaitai or Kazan. To Gaitai first. Okay.
Sure.
Wait a minute. What music are you using?
It's epidemic sound, so it's licensed to play in YouTube. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna. Yeah, I can play it because I have a license to Epic. You
yeah,
can play it on your channel because you have a license. Hopefully, they won't hit me for it.
But yeah, when I was flying this, we were. The funny thing is, we were at the parking lot of Starbucks, and I had to obviously ask permission from Starbucks to fly it from there, and they
Oh, that's
allowed me.
cool.
There were two Starbucks. One was actually closer to the volcano, and we went to that one, and they said, and that Starbucks was so popular and was so crowded, they didn't allow me to from their store because
Wow.
they have uh, for this one, the Starbucks parking lot was actually overhanging a cliff, and it was just a nice area to fly from. The other one was what do you call this? A balcony that they have. Another one that's overhanging a cliff too, and it's a lot closer to the volcano. I would have been able to fly to the volcano from there, but they didn't allow me to do that. And at this moment when I was flying, there was gusts of 35-mile-an-hour winds, so I was getting high wind warnings too.
Hello, Zach. Big orange drone flyer.
I'd like to dive some of them mountains with an FPV drone.
Yes,
Oh
we're
yeah.
Yeah.
at Tagaytay in the Philippines. How far are we? Okay.
That's
cool.
one thing. I didn't bring the Avata with me on this trip. I was kind of like, I should have brought it.
Yeah.
Man, you're gonna want that new sensor once you see it. Well, I was gonna go to. I'm thinking about going to Kent this weekend if the weather clears up.
That's an awesome
You're
place
going.
to fly.
I might go to Kent this weekend,
Oh.
Saturday. The group's flying down there at one of the parks. Basically, Kent's wide open for drone flying as long as you are cool, and you follow the FAA rules.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that. Caleb found that out.
Man, you're getting down there pretty close. What is that, the Mavic 3 you're flying?
Yeah, I'm flying Mavic 3.
Yeah, I like that.
I
low
was
and close.
I can.
reading something today. They were saying that wait a minute, let me get back over here. Okay, and I'm going to go back, and then we're going to go Quezon City. This is some structures and stuff in the Philippines.
Yeah, this is the last time I was there was 2005.
Grown up something. What is this? Is this residential?
Yeah, this is residential. I was flying from my aunt's house, so just trying to get above some buildings and just looking around. And man, the city has really changed
Whoa,
dramatically
still some
for me.
serious buildings, man. Well, my wife went back and went to Manila, and she was just like, parts of Manila have just gone the way she was telling me.
Oh yeah.
That the pricing and stuff had changed, that it had gotten, competitive with U.S. prices for things. Some stuff was still
really.
inexpensive, but in the city it was ridiculous.
Well, actually, I didn't find it that ridiculous because I was thinking of buying a condo over there that over here in Seattle would have cost close to $1 million. Over there was only like 120.
Oh yeah. I guess I'm talking more about like services, like going to the spa
Oh
or food for that matter.
no, I would disagree with that.
Well, that's
Because
what said they were. I'm talking about when they were in Manila, because they were like right in Manila, like in a little suburb, and then they went, and the other place they went to was Barak. So I don't know if that had something to do with it or what.
but no, yeah, this was towards sunset when I flew this.
The colors are good. Did you have a filter on it?
No filter. I just enhanced it in the edit. But the funny thing is, let's say traveling in Manila or going by car.
We're going to your aunt's house. Hang on.
Is like, for example, a 2-mile ride is probably half an hour or so.
Oh, what did I do here?
Wow.
What happened? It's still showing
That's
my
how
screen.
dense it is over there.
Randy, did Randy die? Oh, there's Randy. He was chilling out while we were showing the video.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to put some Visine in. My eyes are really dry.
Ah, yeah, that's what I do every time I do this, just to let everybody know. Wait, hang on. When I do, wait a minute, how is it? No, I need to. Where's the little? There it is. Yeah. When I do this, and you just hear me. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just putting Visine in my eyes. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, I've got that Visine now. At least that's me. That's just me.
Yeah, I work in a freezer and it's really dry and it dries my eyes out.
Oh yeah, I knew that. I can see that. Anyway, so we've covered flying in the two countries that we knew about flying. So basically, Japan is kind of cool. If you go 10 days in advance, you can register with them. You can do your, because I don't think any of us are going to take. How much did it have to weigh before you had to register and all that stuff with them?
17
Yes.
pounds.
So
Yeah, I don't
17
think
pounds in
anybody-
Japan. So none of us are taking
Would
drones that big.
lug 17 pounds of drone.
Yeah, I want
in
to
a
carry
plane.
it out of one of these mountains so that I can fly back down in the city. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we've covered those two. Let me go back. I shouldn't have done that. I closed the window over there that I didn't want to close over there, and now it's telling me you shouldn't have closed that window over there. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I know my computer's talking to me in strange weirds. But I was trying to figure out, like, what was it I said we were going to do next, Lloyd? Oh, back to the Avata 2.
About
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, back to the Avata 2. Like I said, everybody wish Ron well. Yeah. So, onto the You and Your Avata 2. So, I was trying to convince, we were trying to talk Don into doing the Avata 2 before, and he was like, he's got the original Avata 1. Matter of fact, like probably, was it maybe a week after you had it or less?
Mm-hmm.
That we
Oh,
all
less.
flew together because like
Yeah.
a bunch of us fly together, and we were like, all we're always talking about it, and we, some of us, not all of us, were flying out to greet the cruise ships that were, because there's cruise ships that come in and out of the bay, right? And then
Right.
I was actually, I think I was live streaming on Facebook. Wasn't it, Don?
Yes,
right when
you
I
were.
walked over, and I happened to see somebody, and I could see people waving from a boat, and I went, "Oh!" and I walked over this way. But yeah, that's because like there's 2 or 3 places that you can fly here in Seattle that you can go out over the water. You can get really good views of the city and the Space Needle. You can get the cityscape. I don't know if you've ever looked at Lance Cadena. Does a lot of photos.
Tacoma.
Yeah, he does. But he comes into the city a lot too. Him and Angel will meet up a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll go flying. That's what I'm trying to say. Angel's all about those. He'll either do a sunrise mission or he'll do a sunset
I know,
mission.
man. He's
And
he
you
gets
don't
up
have-
pretty early.
Yeah, he does.
That's the best time of day.
Slap on, especially sunsets. You can slap on what do you want? Like, 10,000 or higher.
Mm.
Oh, look at this. He's saying, "Nice shirt, Randy."
Thanks, Johnny. Yeah, appreciate that, Johnny.
Oh, do you have new shirts now? Are you selling merch now?
No, I had Johnny make me up a few shirts, so courtesy of Johnny Drone Flyer.
Does it have a big emblem on the back?
Nope, it's just this one.
Oh, very understated. Okay. You
Yeah,
should
he
have
did a
one.
good- he did a really
You
good.
should have one huge on the back, man. Going, Mad Props Media, what? Or go Jim Carrey on him or something.
So one thing I wish that the Avata 2's motion controller, I wish that was compatible with the Avata 1. Why?
It will in the year 2032.
Yeah.
Yeah, some update sooner
I'm
or
surprised.
later.
I wouldn't be
Sooner or
surprised
later,
if it
yeah.
hadn't already. They've already started. I think probably usually about 6 months. I think when they start making it backwards compatible with stuff.
Yeah.
You think
But-
in 6 months?
Well, we're
I think
using
it's when sales go down in Avata 2, then they'll.
this isn't 3+ anymore. This is actually OcuSync 4 that we're using, right?
4, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I don't know for sure about I don't know. So maybe you get 1080 at 30 frames a second. You know, maybe. I don't know. What do you think, Randy?
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
He's like, when do we think that the Avata gear will be made compatible with the Avata 2?
I'm hearing like 30 days, but realistically, I'm thinking maybe like 60 days or so or
Mm,
more,
Yeah.
because it's going to cut into the sales
the two.
of
Yep.
their the Flymore combo.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh, I was thinking probably any 3 to 6 months. Is
Yeah.
what I'm thinking now. The more I'm thinking about it, but let's see. The motion controller 3 will only work with goggles 3 because of the, oh wow. So they're really making things proprietary now.
Yeah.
So maybe the motion controller 2 will never work with goggles 3. So the only way would be to does the original Avata pair the same way as the Avata 2? Everything goes through the goggles.
It
Yeah.
pairs that way, yeah. But with the Avata 2, the RC doesn't communicate with the drone directly. It goes to the goggles and then to the drone.
Johnny's thinking 30 days.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, motion control. Motion 3 has lots of good upgrades.
Yeah, it does.
I'm a stick
Yes, it
man
does.
myself.
Definitely.
I'm a stick man myself.
Yeah.
So Don will have to buy Nevada 2, and I'll let him link up the motion controller. You're like, man, I need
But
to
the
buy
thing is,
your-"
I'm not an FPV flyer. That's why I like the motion controller. Well, the FPV controller is pretty good too. I was thinking of getting that, but for $200, I'd stick with the motion controller. And another thing, what I saw, I just started looking at the Avata 2 videos out there, and with the motion controller, it can do flips and loops, correct? But you actually do not control the loop. It's an automatic flip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
Automatic
It does.
toy. It's
correct?
like a toy.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, that sucks.
Well,
Yeah.
just like if you ever had a Bugs 3 or a SEMA
SEMA,
X5, whatever
X5,
C1.
X8. Yeah, they all did
You
that.
just you pressed a
Hmm.
button and then moved your joystick, and it would either flip forward, or it would flip
Hmm.
backwards, or it would roll to the left, or it would roll to the right.
It's a cool feature, but it's
It's
very
just
repetitious. It's very you know what I mean. It does the same thing every time. You can tell that
right,
it's an automated maneuver. So like
right.
cinematic wise, it's not
Randy,
really.
did you
It's
ever
not really
own any
good.
of the toy
Yeah,
drones?
that sucks.
Yeah,
Okay, see,
I
it's just that's all it is. I mean,
yeah.
except that what's the one like the pull out maneuver or whatever it is. The one-
That one I can see is pretty cool. The one where it spins and goes backwards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pulls
That's
away
The
actually
from the
pretty.
subject.
That's pretty
Yeah,
difficult to do with an FPV drone.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It is cool. You got to be really aware of where when you're doing the flips or the sides. You got to
Right.
pay attention where you're flying, because I got a little carried away this weekend. I was flying with my son and I was showing off, and I hit it once and thought, okay, that's cool. I did it again. Thought, well, that's great too. Let's do a third one. The third one, I just
Oh
dove it
no.
right into the ground. Just, whoop, just
Yeah.
pile drived it. Yeah, so didn't hurt it, but you got to have some awareness of what's around you.
Oh,
Yeah. See,
definitely.
I'm so used to flying with the sticks in manual mode, is that
Hmm.
I tried the motion controller for the first time ever. I think it was yesterday, the day before yesterday, and it's so hard to get used to,
Lance heard me
because
talking about him.
you with in manual mode you have full control. Like if you need to avoid something, it's right there at the tip of your
Right.
fingers, and it's different.
Yeah,
I agree.
Lance, we were. I was talking to Don and telling him about how you and Angel will go out on
While
these
flying.
sunrise missions and sunset missions. And I was talking to Don. See, Don, we could all go down there and have like donuts and coffee and watch Johnny Drone Flyer, and then go pick up a sunrise, and then come back. You could go home, I could go home, and then we could do our honeydews, and we could come back for the sunset. And we got all of us got all these different gear. We all, I that's what I'm saying. I
All right.
missed that time when we all hooked up and flew together. That
Oh,
was awesome.
that was awesome. That
Because
was
it was
awesome.
the
That was
thing that
one
was
of the
so
best.
cool about that was none of us planned anything. It just happened kind of automatically, everybody started calling out their position and their heights. It just
Yep.
started happening. Nobody suggested it. Nobody said anything. It just started happening. You know, somebody'd say, "Hey, where are you at?" "Oh, I'm about 400 yards out, about 45 feet off the water." "Oh, okay, I
Yep.
see ya." You know, and it just started the whole thing. And
And that was
it's
like 5 drones in the air at the same time.
yeah, all over the place, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be so scared somebody would hit me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We all stayed in contact the entire
Communication
time.
was good.
Good night, Chuck. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, see? Avata 2. Avata 2.
I think I can't remember how many they said. Johnny would know how many drones they had in the air down there at South Florida
So,
at one
I
time.
thought it was like 40 plus or something.
Yeah, I
wasn't
think it was like 47. If I'm.
You talking
I'm
about in the
thinking
air
that-
at one time?
Yep,
I think it was like 27.
27. Was that it? Okay.
I think it was
I
27.
knew there was a 7, but I couldn't remember if it was 27 or 47.
Yeah,
That's
that
still
would
a
be
lot of
hard
drones
to
in the air at one time.
Yeah, that's a lot of drones in the air and
Yeah.
communicating where everybody is. That'd be
Exactly,
hard to
man. Somebody's like, I don't know. My drone keeps saying, bad RF, weak signal.
And then when they're
Point
thinking
antenna toward
they're
drone.
close enough and they're looking at a drone, it might not be their drone. Then they're wondering, why isn't it following where I wanted to go?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good point.
really. Or you're like, yeah, that's my drone coming back right there, man. That's my drone. Why is it stopping coming back? No, it's going back out. That's not my. Oh, and then you look over here to your left, right, and you go, oh, there's my drone. Or somebody hollers at you, go, hey, Bill, did you lose something? Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. So
It'd be funny if they all returned home at the same time.
That would
and
have.
even and synchronized landing. They all wind down at the same time.
They should
That
have
would be
tried that.
hilarious.
Like everybody hit return home at the same time.
Yeah, 27 drones coming in.
Yeah, height was the big call out. That was what we were always worried about, was who was at what height.
Yep. If everybody were in different heights, we know we were good,
Yeah.
no matter where we were.
You saying that the Motion 3 controller has faster reaction time than the sticks? That's
I think-
kind of...
Compared to the one, probably.
I don't know. Coming from Jim, that doesn't sound accurate. 'Cause I know he flies FPV.
He's like, is he messing with us, or is he totally serious about that?
So let me ask, in regards to the Avata 2 remote ID, with the Avata 1, I hate this because I always have to hook up my phone, get the remote ID on, so I can fly the thing. Does that
You need the Integra goggles.
the Integra goggles?
Yeah, they have the
prevent-
GPS module built in. You don't need your phone with those.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
And
You know
don't
how
have to-
DJI is done? Come on.
and you don't have to have it with the 3 either. The goggles 3.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
No, you don't have to have it
Yes.
with the goggles 3 either.
Yeah, see, he's talking about compared to the Motion 2.
Yeah.
yep. Well, that's good. At least there's some progress there.
I've only flown with the Motion 1 and the Motion 3. Never did. I couldn't see upgrading to another controller, so instead I upgraded a drone. It would have been cheaper to upgrade the controller.
I was talking about, here's Bob, but I was talking about Bob earlier too, remember?
Yeah.
We were talking about
Hey,
remote
Bob.
ID in Japan and stuff, and I was like, usually when Bob would come in and say, United we drone, and I always say, free the drones, because I still think I've yet to figure out why we just got downgraded. I could understand if there'd been some big hullabaloo with a bunch of recreational pilots to make it reasonable to take all the original protocols away, but nothing did happen. And it's
Well,
like we were punished for, no
It
reason.
was those knothead college students that fired one of the drones into a fixed wing sitting there with a potato gun or something. And
Yeah.
they said, "Oh, look what this will happen." You know, like really, those kids had way too much time on their hand. They should have been learning mathematics or something, not screwing around with a potato gun. Yeah.
And there's your shot of wisdom for the week.
That's it right there, straight from Grumpy.
Oh, something else too. I don't know if you. Next week we were going because Ron's getting the other eye done next week, so Lloyd's gonna come back with us next week for sure, and we'll see what's going on. And then, but next week Randy's gonna be with us, and he's gonna talk about thumbnails and photo editing, and we're also having Alex Escardo on here too because I really want to know about his editing because him and Randy both kind of have I like the lighting that they pull. You know what I'm talking about? You get the rich colors, but the lights seem to be, I don't know how to explain it other than actually posting some of their photos. But anyway, yeah, Alex is supposed to be with us next week and then Randy too, and they're going to talk to us about what they use to edit their photos and what they do to pick out thumbnails for their videos. And then, I might share, because apparently I don't do very well because nobody watches my videos. So I need to watch and learn from them. So we will see you from there. But that's what the plan is for next week. But what else was I going to do? Oh, I was talking about Lloyd had some of these too. So we were going to go squirrel for a little bit. And I called them Random Thoughts by Squirrel Madness. Remember when I was talking about that, Lloyd? I said, how can it be called insurance when it only pays 30%?
Right.
I was trying to remember the other ones too, but I had like 2 or 3 of them worked up.
Yeah, I used to know a bunch of them too. Because the only one I could think of was the doctor's practice. Why do they call it practice?
Yeah, and you said lawyers are the same reason.
And lawyers, yeah, they're practicing too. I want somebody that isn't.
God forbid they go ahead and go full blown, the prices will be twice as high. So, I'm no longer practicing, I'm professional now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just for me telling you that's $1,500.
Yeah, I mean that's amazing. You just even if you just call less than 24 hours before your appointment and cancel it, now they're going to charge you for the appointment anyways. Well, your insurance, it's like. But if the doctor's late, that's okay.
Yeah, you could be sitting there in the lobby, waiting. Yep. You've already checked in, and then they come out and they go, "Oh, excuse us, the doctor's not going to be in today. We'll have to reschedule."
See, the messed up thing with lawyers is you pay all that money, and you're still not even guaranteed to get off the case or to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're paying for maybe.
They get paid no matter what.
Right.
That's right. They get paid no matter what.
Well, so no, that's what I said. These were like ridiculous thoughts or crazy thoughts by Squirrel Madness. So anybody can put this up. Did you see Bob was asking you how you been doing?
I've been doing good, Bob. I have been. Going down to Florida, of course, was great. That helped me out a lot, and I've had a few good days, bad days, but I got to fly this weekend, and I've flown my Avata 2 probably 4 times now.
Wow!
Since I got it, so that's more than I flew the Avata 1 after I got it. I think I've flown the Avata 2 almost more than I have the Avata 1.
That noise reduction really helps.
What about here's my question. What about situational awareness when you're flying the Avata 2? I mean, I guess what I'm trying to ask is when you take off in the goggles, do you basically see a flight path? I've noticed that some of the videos are recording the screen somehow, and they're showing you've got the little center point that's showing, okay, this is where you're aiming the drone, this is where it's going to go.
Right.
But when you turn around, is there anything that's going to tell you that's your home point back there where you landed at?
Yes. There's an H. There's like a VR
So
H.
it's just the same thing as
it's the same thing, yeah.
The camera
drones.
Same
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It actually started with the FPV drones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they carried
I
it
think
over.
all of them have that now, right?
Yeah.
I think most of them do, yeah.
Yeah.
So it basically
The
gives you
newer
can
ones.
actually switch to like a path and go right back and boom. Okay, I get it. That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like Lloyd said, it's just the newer stuff from like the Air 3 up, the Mavic 3 up.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah. I don't. The Mini 3 Pro doesn't do it though. I don't think does it.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
that
think
was
so.
So the the Mini 4 Pro, the Mavic 3, and everything up above from there on.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Even the M3E got an update a few days ago. Oh wow. Wow,
Well,
I thought they would have had it before that.
I'll tell you that rear view comes in really handy when you're doing a hyperlapse. I was doing a hyperlapse about 2 weeks ago, and there was a bird flying around, and I didn't want to.
Oh
I
man,
didn't want to get out of the hyperlapse, so I just toggled through the cameras and kept an eye out to see where the bird was. It's pretty cool.
that's cool. Yep.
That is cool. so the potato had it?
The H, yeah, it had
Okay.
the H.
Did you see that link I sent earlier about I was telling you, did you see the video where he does the slow motion takeoff of the potato?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that was when I posted it in the chat that we have on Facebook.
oh,
I even it's kind of cool if you ever get a chance to look at it. Hello Andrew, how you doing?
Hey,
I
Andrew.
was talking about Caleb earlier when I was talking to Dawn. Caleb's the one that found out that Kent, this is Caleb Calerbo. So he's the one that him and his partner run the Northwest
Yeah,
Drone
Northwest
Flyers.
Drones Club. Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, he's the one that found out that we can go fly at that park in Kent, which is a really nice park. So, like I said, you're healthy again, and you can always try to go down there. The cool thing with me is my youngest son just bought a house down that way, so I could go early and drop my wife off with them, and they could hang out there while I go fly for a couple of hours. Well, it would be very boring to them to sit and watch.
Yeah.
Because
Nothing.
after about 20 minutes, you'd be like, "Are you done yet?" And I'd be like,
Yep. Exactly.
So I'd be like, so at least this
What
way.
part in Kent is this?
What is it? If he's still here? What is it? What part? I can't remember the name of the park. I can go look at Meetup, I guess. Let me do this. Let me go this down.
And when's this happening?
Saturday. Or was it this past Saturday? Let me make sure. I could be wrong. It could have just happened and I missed it anyway. Because the last weekend was good weather. But I had to mow before this rain started.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
Because it's going to be like 5 days. And I'm like, I don't want to go
Lake
before.
Meridian Park.
Yep.
Meridian Park.
And that Lake
Yeah.
Meridian.
Yeah. I just reading what Caleb put up there.
That's what I said. I knew he would.
Yeah.
He would do that.
Yeah.
Caleb also has an informal drone meetup set up for this year. Official Drone Club of the Northwest. There we go. Yes, it is the 27th in Kent. I will share this with good people. So if anybody is in this Seattle area, wait a minute, get up there. What's going on? Thank you. Don't be a pain. Nah.
Don't burn the sticks, Caleb.
No.
Caleb said I'm throwing steaks on the grill. He's living large.
We had my wife made like orange chicken with
Steaks are expensive.
Yeah.
Dude, depends on if you have to go when the day old steaks, which are better anyway.
Right.
So,
We live off of chicken and pork chops.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And every once in a blue moon they'll throw a hamburger special at you. But not often.
Yeah, hamburger.
But can y'all can see this? See Caleb up
Yep.
here? You can see his emblem,
Yeah.
the Calerbo emblem. Okay, this is Lake Meridian. It's a beautiful lake in Kent, Washington. We'll be flying from
Yes.
Meridian Park, a scenic park with boat launches, docks, big fields, lots of areas for kids to play. But anyway, it looks like a super cool place to fly, and it's really kind of funky because my daughter-in-law, my youngest daughter-in-law, her parents live like right across the street from this place. That's
Nice.
how the minute I saw it, I was like, "Oh, I know exactly where that is." I've actually flown from their house up to where you could look over at Lake Meridian. So I know exactly where it's at and how to get there. But like I said, I'm hoping that the weather will actually cooperate this weekend so that we can actually go down there because it's mentioned rain.
Yeah.
But it
Like
should
you
be
said,
fun.
next 5 days is not looking too good.
Well, if I do weather.com and I go and look at Kent, come on. Yeah, if I look at Kent and I do a 10-day, then it'll say, I know I'm boring everybody. Caleb, I'm jealous. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, steaks on the grill.
I was just
He could
checking the
he could
weather
be
for here.
doing he could be doing he could be doing like chuck steaks. Nope, it's PM showers. PM showers.
Mm.
So if we go early enough, got it. Yeah, see, yeah, there you go. That's like what we do when we can afford it. We go to what is it? I don't know what it's something else now. Used to be cash and carry. If we're gonna and we'll buy a chunk like that and just cut off steaks. United we drone. United we drone. Free the drones. Yeah, I like hot dogs too, but I like going to Wiener Schnitzel. I'm going to spoil myself if I'm going to eat hot dogs. But yes, it's saying PM showers for Kent.
Ah,
So yes, and it's saying that night and not until the afternoon. So if we fly from like what time is the meet? The meet 2 to 5. Ooh. Ooh.
getting it.
2 to 5. Oh, there's good, but it says how to find us, park in the main lot and look for the Tesla drones banner. Or just people flying drones. Hey man, are you with the drone group? No, get away. Well, I thought he's not with the drone group. Never mind.
So, back to the Avata 2. How
Yeah,
much
go ahead.
quieter is the 2 compared to the 1? I know the 1 is deafening loud.
Night and day.
Really?
Night and day.
It's definitely quite. It's not silent, but it doesn't have
Yeah.
that high pitched
Oh, it's
squeal.
Yeah.
It's a lot better.
Yeah, yeah, schnitzel.
Mm.
Wiener Schnitzel is the stuff. Oh wow! No, here it is. Here it is. Hungarian wife, best schnitzel. Okay, cool. Fair enough. A lot.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot quieter. I noticed that, and it's lighter weight. You know, that's the first thing I noticed when I
Mhm.
picked
It
it
is.
up out of the box. Like, wow, this thing is.
And the
light.
flight time?
Yeah,
Is,
playtime is
is it
definitely better.
realistic?
It's not.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
better.
like night and day better, but it's definitely better.
Yeah.
The
Well,
camera.
yeah, I think if you would definitely it's for one, like he said, the pitch is different. So the
Different.
decibel level is a good
It's lower.
half of that of what the
Oh,
original Avata
really?
is. Yeah. So I mean, it's
Did you get one,
unbelievable.
Bill?
Yeah, that's what I was showing.
Pilot
Oh, I
Institute
didn't see.
did a test, and the Avata 1 is like 93 decibels, and the Avata 2 is like 81, maybe.
Hmm.
I think
Okay.
81. He said.
Okay, so not half as much, but quieter.
It's a
Yeah,
big difference, though.
10
It's a
decibels
big.
makes a lot of
Yeah.
difference.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 All right,
But
I
it's
have it in
also
the shopping
is the
cart.
is the original is the original Avata a tri-prop?
Yes. No. It's 5.
It's
It's a
Yeah,
5.
five
Yeah,
prop.
and
Yeah,
it's 5.
it's not the curved blades like this new one
No,
is.
that's why it's
no,
so noisy.
yeah.
Hey, Carolina Airshots, good to see you. Hey, what's up? What's up? Glad to have you in the house. Right now, we're talking about the Avata 2. Yeah, the flight time is good. It's good.
The biggest improvement for me is the camera, and just the image that comes through the goggles is so
Yeah.
much. I mean, the O3 with the Integras is really good, but it's just, I mean, it's crystal crisp clear.
And is it also, I kind of
This,
I was hoping that they'd had the goggles where it is kind of surround sound, not just a square in front of
No,
you.
it's still
Is it
pretty
the
much the
same?
same.
yeah,
And
no, you're
actually,
still
Oh,
the
flat
okay.
screen. Yeah,
but
this was the biggest improvement right there.
yeah, they
Yeah,
moved the SD card
Ah,
slot.
nice. Yes.
That and the batteries. The batteries are a lot easier to
yeah. The
install.
batteries lock in place.
Yeah.
That SD card was a huge improvement.
Yeah, yeah. And then of course the charging stand set up for the this is for
Yeah,
the Avata too. This was also
yeah, it's a lot
nice,
nicer. Yeah.
and they lock in good. So they did well with that, in my opinion.
Mm.
And then something else you need to think of, Don, is you're flying with damn near a 3/4 inch sensor. Well, actually, a little
Yeah,
bit bigger than
Yeah.
3/4 of an inch, right? Yeah, so a little bit bigger than 3/4 of an inch. What,
yeah,
0.81, something like that, maybe?
something like that. Yeah,
Mm. Yeah, $1,200.
You need to fly more, yeah, yeah, yeah. And since you like
Hey,
the motion controller anyway, you can just go with the basic kit. So.
hey, if you sell the Avata one, there's a little chunk out of the
That's
price.
true. That's true. Thinking about that.
yeah.
That's what I did.
Caroline Airshaw said he heard it's fragile. It it probably is. The frame on the Avata one was pretty beefy, but I don't know. I smacked it in the ground the other day, and I bounced it off the ground 2 or 3 times, and hasn't hurt it yet. I'm gonna kill this
Yeah, that's good to
chihuahua
know.
here in a minute.
But I've seen also
Just take its
people crashing
batteries
this
out,
thing, and
Lloyd.
it's
Do what?
yeah.
I said, just take its batteries out.
Oh, I wish. I don't know what she's
Some dog
barking
lovers
at.
mad at me now.
Oh no, it's just like they're chihuahuas. That's the first problem right there.
Ah,
Well, I have a dachshund. Anytime he hears anything downstairs, he goes bananas.
Yeah,
There you go. You see the, you see it, Don? You see this, Don?
what's that?
It says, "You know
Oh,
you
the
want it, Don. It will make you feel
yeah, I
good.
want it.
It will
I
make you
better sell the first one first.
all warm and fuzzy inside."
yeah. Happy wife, happy life.
Hey Don,
You know,
remember, me
I
and
should
Bill always
actually
say
learn. Oh, go ahead, Randy.
it's always best to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission.
My finger slipped.
I've,
My
I've
finger
done,
slipped. It
Y'all were
just,
braver
it
than I
just,
was.
it was in the cart, and I was changing my mind. I was
I
changing
hit
my mind.
delete,
I think
but
And
I
and
think
and,
so,
and
Andy.
then I realized my thumb slipped, and it clicked, and it went through. But 12 payments, and it's mine.
See, my wife says, "Well, you already got 4 drones, so I got rid of 2, and I got 1, so now I got less." So she really can't say much.
They'll find something. It doesn't matter. Or the thing. Wait. Or if you just suddenly randomly sell one, they will know. There's a new drone coming out, isn't there? What? No. What
They
makes you think
know.
that?
Yeah.
I saw you going out of here with the drone and coming back without the drone. So, is there a new drone coming out?
They always know.
they know.
So that's what I said.
Right.
If you suddenly just start randomly selling them, then they get very suspicious because they know how we are with our toys, right?
Yeah.
How hard it is to get us to part with one. so, so they're like, wait, what? Whoa, wait, where are you? Where's that going? To a new home.
Yep.
Why is it going to a new home? Because I'm generous? No.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't think that would float either. You mean you're giving away? How much did you pay for that? And you're giving? I don't think so. Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
that. That
How
argument
much?
wouldn't work.
How much are you selling that for? I think the price is way too low. But if I look at the rest of them, they've been here for months. Say but that's only half what you paid for it. I flew it 35 times. I flew it 135 times. They're going to call 3 months after I sell it to them. And
Say,
go.
but honey, I got to get rid of it. The batteries are going bad. I don't want it to burn the house down.
there you go.
Hadn't thought of that
Now, she knows enough about them to know that I don't want buy nothing that's going to do something like that.
Yeah.
Although I do have some old FPV batteries I need to get rid of. I haven't
I'm
checked
scared.
them out.
I tell you, I'm scared. I'm scared to death of those lipos. I got 6 of them, and I'll keep them in a steel box. and I'll like separate
Just in
like
case.
I'll be thinking about them things at work. Like, God forbid one of those goes up at home and I'm at work.
Coopy, if you talk to John Coopy, ask him. He'll tell you he had a bench fire.
Yeah, I
A
remember
bed
hearing about
bench
that.
fire,
a bench fire.
bench fire.
Like he
Oh
had
man,
was charging it on
Yeah,
his bench, and then it went up. And I
with
mean,
a
he wasn't.
DJI battery.
No. It was FPV, but he
Oh,
he
okay.
he wasn't gone more than 20 minutes, man. And it was. Poof. I think it
I
was.
mean,
I think it was. You need to ask him about to be sure.
could you
But
Yeah.
imagine the wife's in the living room watching TV and one of them batteries lets off? God, I wouldn't even want to come home.
you might not be able to come home.
That's a
That's
fact.
true too. Yeah.
That's a
Okay,
fact.
here we go. I'm going to do something. I saw this. Wait a minute. Hang on. It's already coming on. Being mean to me, and I've got to fix my camera. So, you all talk, and I'm going to fix my camera. Watch. Let's see if I can do this. I'm trying to cut off the green screen behind me.
Well, one of the problems I had with the Avata or with the Goggles 3 is I don't like to comb my hair. You know, I'm lazy.
So you're wearing
So I
cap
wear a
all the time.
ball hat. Yeah. But you can't wear the ball cap unless you put it like way back here. It's painful to wear. So
Here we
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
I came up with the next alternative.
I think
There you
that's
go.
awesome, though, man. I think
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Well, you know, an old man wearing a skull cap probably isn't what you see every day, but hey, you know, it that way I can still have my hair covered and
You never know,
keep
man.
the sweat out of my eyes.
You look
And
10 years younger.
Yeah, you
There you
do.
go.
You
Yeah.
do. Yeah, he's right. He's right.
yeah, okay,
Uh,
I know liars when I hear them.
okay.
But actually, that's a good idea because it'll make it more comfortable to wear the goggles
Actually,
3. You know.
yeah, and I got like 10. These have I don't know, they have some sort of skeleton on them, flying skeleton bats or something going to war, but skull and crossbones. And I bought them on eBay for like, or on Amazon for like, I got 10 of them for like $10, you know, or less. I think
There you
and
go.
next day delivery. So it's like, but I, I was looking at welders caps and I didn't like the way they were, and I got to looking at some of what the bikers were wearing. I thought, oh, that'll work. So
Hmm. Yep.
That's probably one of my only complaints about the Goggles 3 is that if you wear a hat or
You can't
like
wear
a
any.
skull cap,
Yeah.
yeah, you got to pull it back.
Yep.
yeah. That's why I went with something like that just hides, holds it. Because I am lazy when it comes to combing my hair. I just soon put a ball cap on, because I still, some of my friends don't have that problem, but I do, where I have to comb my hair. You know. I wasn't saying names. I wasn't thinking of you, Bill, at all. But
Hey, that's low maintenance. Low
Yeah.
maintenance.
It
yeah,
is.
yeah. Well,
It
my
is.
my older son, he looks just like Bill. He's he doesn't have any hair on his head either, and so, but he's 55, almost 56 now. So
Cool.
they took after their mother's side of the family instead of my side because my side still. Well, I can't say that either. I'm not about the only one in the family that has any hair left.
Is that next day delivery?
Yeah, I think it was next day delivery. Yeah, I just like, oh, look at that.
Does anybody know when the extra batteries are going to become available?
I haven't heard yet. I heard what did I hear? I can't remember now. I thought I'd heard. Somebody said something about it here a week or so ago, and I've slept since then, so my memory's about that long. Uh, but
I didn't
and I'm
realize.
not one. I'm
I was
not one of
over.
these guys that goes and buys every drone when it comes out. I mean, the Avata one was the first drone I bought since I got my Mavic Air original. I bought the Spark, then I bought the Mavic Air, and then I didn't buy another drone until. And my wife was the one who convinced me to get the Avata one, and
Wow.
It's like,
Nice wife.
yeah, well, I was
Yeah.
blessed with her for all those years, and so. But so when this one came out, I looked at it, and well, I actually got to get a little preview of it at the Florida drone meetup. Several people were around, and so I looked at it, and then I started watching the videos that came out the day that it was released, and I thought, man, I got to have that. So I went ahead and got it, and I love it.
Okay, so Joe's saying that he's got 24 flights with the Avata 2, picked one
Shoot,
up on the
24
11th,
flight.
and he's got selling one of his original Avatas, and he's keeping one because he loves it too.
Joe putting in work.
Ooh,
24
wow.
flights.
See, what sucks is that drone is well worth $800. But there's so much out there now
Yeah,
that but really and truthfully, I can't, I've seen people selling them for 550, 600. And I mentioned 650 for mine last week, and Dale was like, I'll buy it. But I really don't want to get rid of it because I love the color profile, and
Right.
I love that 1-inch sensor.
All right, I'm selling my Avata 1 Fly More
For-
combo for 800.
For 800. You already put it on Marketplace?
Wherever.
yet.
I'll see. I'll put it up.
Oh, he's still not.
I'll put it up.
Okay. See if he gets some nibbles.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we're more about joking about it than
Yeah.
actually it being any big deal. It'll be like, what? What did you do? Oh man. Okay. Fine.
Yeah, that's what they say. The saying goes, "No wife, happy life."
No.
Well, I learned early on in my marriage that if I wanted something, I either had to buy her the same thing. Like that's how I got new computers all the time because she liked gaming, so I'd buy her a computer and I'd get me to upgrade one.
That's
Yeah.
a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Or if I wanted something that she wasn't really didn't care about, well then I go buy her a new diamond ring and then go buy what I wanted.
Here's yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a trade-off thing.
Yeah.
Here you go. You see what Bob's saying here? You need to make a grumpy vlogger cap and make it a flight cap.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
The grumpy flight cap for when you can't wear your ball cap backwards.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. That is an idea. I'll have to look into that.
I got to jump off, guys. It
All
was
right.
good chatting with you guys.
Yep, it's
And
cool to have you.
Meet you.
Bill, let me know when you guys have time flying around during
I told
the
you.
week.
Okay.
Saturday, I can't do Saturday.
Okay.
My wife will kill me if I don't. Take
Well,
her
they're
out.
still doing. They do the meetups early during the week and going to get sunsets during the week too.
Yeah.
I just can't make myself go. She's told me I can go. I just have a hard time of making myself go.
I agree. All right, you guys have a good one.
See you later.
All right,
Thanks for
Don,
coming
nice to
on.
meet you.
Oh, and now what Jim's saying hippie. I've got my Darkwing Duck shirt on tonight. I don't have any hippie garb on tonight. The A2 sucks. Are you saying the Air? Are you saying the A2 or the Air 2S? I'm trying to figure out what Lance means. Yeah, we can keep talking.
Okay. Yeah.
We're allowed to. I'm not saying that we can't. We have to, because I've got
Oh
things
well,
I got
no.
to do.
I was
anyway.
just trying to catch up with what the chat was saying. Yeah. Jim
Yeah, I was
Jones.
trying to.
Yeah,
if-
his wife loves
Look.
drones. I'm gone for hours. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh, he doesn't like the Avata 2. Oh, so that's what he's talking about, the Avata 2. Maybe he likes the Avata 1 better. Yeah. Good luck, Don. Why am I
Yeah.
suddenly craving a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? I have no idea. Now everybody's thinking they're going to have that thought in their mind.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I ain't had one of them in a while either. So.
Yes. I don't know. It's another one of them random thoughts by Squirrel Madness. I'm trying to figure out. I wish I could just. There's no. Wait a minute. Here's where I can do it. Yeah, ding dong.
Bill's got the
Just look
munchies.
it up. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm doing. Wait a minute. I want to go off this. Just go regular. If that works. Maybe. Did that work? Let me get back. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. This is what I'm talking about. I was going to show you this. I found they have this at Costco, right?
Right.
It's called a Wuzu, and it's a. I know it sounds weird, but my wife's looking at me like, "What the hell are you doing?" So anyway, I just want to tell you, but it's $37 regularly, but they got a $10 instant rebate, and it's what's cool about it is it's as strong as like a full size Vornado,
Right.
but it will oscillate up and down, and it will also oscillate side to side.
Really.
Yeah. And it
That's pretty
has
cool.
a handheld remote. It has a handheld remote.
Oh my God.
I love it, man. And the lady, when
Yeah.
I was checking out, she's like, "Oh, that's the best fan ever made." I was like, "You're just saying that because I'm buying one." She goes, "No, I have 4 at home."
How much you say it was? $27?
After the $10 rebate at Costco.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay.
That's like I said, and it will oscillate. You can program it to oscillate up and down or left and right,
Wow.
which I thought was pretty dope. Or you can like adjust it to just stop, at a particular area, which
Right.
But I've got it on my desk. Let's see if it's how loud it is. Wait a minute, I gotta turn it on, and it has cool little LEDs. Yeah, like right now it's on 3. I can't tell if you all can hear it or not.
I
Y'all hear
can't do
anything?
it. No.
No, yeah, and it's
No. Yeah.
I love it.
See, for me, that defeats the whole purpose of having a fan because I like the noise at night from the fan.
Yeah.
Oh, I just like the coolness. But the thing about it is my wife prefers being warm, and I prefer being cool. Because I'm from the hills of Virginia, and she's from the Philippines. So
Yeah.
I was raised in. You go to school in the morning, and it's 45 degrees. Mom, I don't have to wear a coat, right?
Yeah, I like it cold too.
Yeah. So So wait a minute, Lance. Why are you saying that the Avata 2 sucks? Or are you just joking? Oh, he's driving. My bad. If you get a chance, say something about what you meant, and we'll figure it out. Because I can't think of a reason that it sucks at all. I think that it's like, 3 times the original. I feel like they've upgraded it that much.
Yeah. They.
It is
they
a
did.
a full blown next level upgrade. It's not incremental like you see with the camera drones from time to time.
Yeah. It was almost a complete redesign. Because one, they turned the motors instead of them being upside down. They've got them
Yep.
right side up. That makes it quieter. They've gone from the 5-blade to the 3-blade ultra curved, which makes it quieter.
Puts less
The
torque on the
back-
motors too.
Exactly. And the batteries on it, I mean, they lock into place. They're not hard to get out. I mean, you have to be it takes, and then you have to get something to hold the batteries in place in case they, falls out while you're flying,
Mm-hmm.
But these are easy to get in and out, and nice charge setup, and I mean, oh, man.
Dan makes an appearance towards the end of the stream.
I saw that, and then I looked over and saw who it was. Like, oh, Dan,
That's why I
okay.
started laughing out loud. He knew
Yeah.
he knew he would make me laugh. He knew the second I saw it, I started laughing.
Yeah.
Hey, how about that bag they sent with the Avata too? That bag's pretty nice.
But
bag-
it was not designed. You have to have either the remote, the Motion 3, or the sticks. You can't
But
carry
they
both in
both-
that bag.
They both fit because I have both.
But did you fit it in that bag?
Yes, sir.
So what did you
Not-
switch out?
It's
Oh,
not
you
a
just took the-
designated-
Where the batteries go, right?
No, I'll show you.
No, there's a divider there, and if you kind of move that out of the way,
It
you
tucks
can
right
put
there
both of
next to
them
the
in
drone.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, next to the drone. Wow.
Yeah, because the drone has a, it's got the frame on the bottom, so
Oh,
there's a little
okay.
gap. It fits perfectly right there.
yeah, okay, that works.
Yeah, it makes
So that-
sense.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not a designated spot for both, but they do fit.
Yeah, but it makes, because I was wondering what you said and then I realized, oh, it's the Motion 3. So it's like, oh yeah, it's teeny tiny. You can
Yeah.
about fit it in any hole you want to.
Yeah.
Depends on what you're
Yeah.
into.
Yeah, exactly. Depends on what you're into. Oh
But
Lord, Dan, you rubbed off on us. We got really weird there for a second. The squirrel
well,
definitely had a bit of madness.
yeah. It was a real pleasure. I got to meet Dan while I was down there, and I had a lot of fun with him. So I went out with him and uh, Rodney Bell, Tony, and both Herman and Lawrence from those guys. So
Yeah, but Dan
um,
the drone man is almost a thing of the past.
yeah, it was
He's all
it was a pleasure meeting him and getting to fly with him.
well. See the thing about I'm hoping to go down next year, and he and I were talking about it. I'm hoping to talk my wife into going for like a week, and
Right?
then like we'll go and I'll hang out with him for like 2 days, and
Yeah.
then we'll go down to the drone meetup, and we'll hang around down there for like 3 days.
Yeah.
So that's I'm trying going to try
I'm
to do something like that. We'll see.
I'm going to look at my finances by next year. I'll know a little bit more, and if I can swing it, I may go back.
Oh
So
no! Yeah, here we go. Here it is. They both fit with the third battery in the drone, and Dom says, and that's what she said. If
that's
there's
true.
one thing, if there's one thing I can say, I am unconventional. That for sure. My favorite statement is, and I quote this from Beetlejuice: "I myself am strange and unusual." So I'm never going to be anything but strange and unusual, and
Yeah.
we're just sputtering here. We're really squirrel madness. Oh, is anybody? Every now and again, I like to do something cool. Talk about streaming. Have anybody seen any cool streaming lately? Anybody watch anything on streaming?
Oh, you mean on software or just streams in general?
Did
Well,
you hear that, Lloyd?
what? Yes.
He said you're the
Yeah.
only person who can convince him to go back.
Yeah. He said that, and
Dan's trying to
that
make me feel bad now because well,
yeah.
he knows I'm gonna
Well,
come hang out with him anyway.
yeah. Well, and that really makes me feel good. I've
You
had
know
a
what
couple of
else?
people
You know
like
what
that.
else I think we ought to do? We ought to rent like the next picnic area next to it,
Ah,
and then we all go up there and set up the Rogues Gallery or something, and then we can go walk over and do raids. We can do pirate raids. We can like take their food.
yeah. Uh,
It was a joke. It was a joke. I guess you had to be there.
well, well, we. I'm doing good, quadcopters and tech. I'm doing real good. I just met so many nice people down there, but it was a real pleasure meeting Dan. I had fun with him and his significant other. She's real sweet. Uh, she's keeping Dan on the straight and narrow, sort of. As best as you can with Dan.
Good night, Bob. Thank you for coming by. Thank you very much. Dan. And he's saying bye to Tony. Yeah, Netflix, Prime, etc. That's what I'm talking about. Well, you could even be something that maybe you've seen. Like we early purchased Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, but we don't expect it till mid-May. I know that the Iron Claw will be on Max on May the 5th, I believe.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. That's going to be
All right.
really cool about the Von Erichs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
that was a family that was full of tragedy.
Yeah, then and it's based on the true story.
Yeah.
What is it? Jeremy Allen White, the guy that's from The Bear, he plays one of the brothers, and Zac Efron plays the brother that's still alive.
Okay.
And then I can't remember the other two players, but they go through how their daddy pushed them, and they talk about how Carrie had like part of his foot cut off, and nobody knew about it for so long. Um, do you understand any of this, Randy, that we're talking about?
No.
Do you
Yeah,
watch pro wrestling at all?
Back in like the 90s,
Well,
early
yeah,
2000s.
this was a they were they. I wouldn't necessarily say these people really made up mainline or mainstream, but they
they
were
were
kind of well known.
well known. Yeah,
Yeah,
back in
the
the
families were like down in Texas and Oklahoma and stuff like that. The
right.
Von
Yeah,
Erichs and their daddy was a
Okay.
promoter as well.
yeah,
This is kind of and all kinds of bad stuff happened to their family. There was like five
So that
brothers, and only
that's
one
yeah,
of them still alive.
that's why Zac Efron had to get jacked for that movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But
But
I don't think Efron really needs an excuse. Oh, speaking of which, my wife and I are trying a new. Right now, we're trying a new supplement. If you've not heard of it already, it's called MCT. Let me go scroll up here. Lloyd, it was a blast. Sir, the King's Crown. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See what this must have. Hear what Dan's saying? Must have a
yeah,
reserve sign or something. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
and it was a blast. And he's
Or it'd
right.
be
I
even
needed it.
better if we could divide them. Like make them be on this side and this side we book now.
Yeah,
No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it would be cool to get like our, because I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but I tend to like to have my own little space. And if there's like 140 or 50 people trying to take up two little picnic areas, there's not going to be room to do anything.
well, and it kind of spread out. I mean, there were some that were just congregated around the main one, and then there's a few others went down the next table down, and it was spread out far enough that you know, uh, like
Angel
Dan
did a night
and
mission in the Windy City.
oh, okay,
Hi guys, in Chicago, just finished with a night networking event. Flying the drone in the Windy City is a blast, and he's already posted some of the footage. Glad you could stop by, Angel. Thank you very much, sir.
yeah, I got to have dinner with quadcopters and tech twice.
And Tony's telling
For
you, see what Tony's saying?
yeah, because it was like I said, I met so many people. There's so many nice people down there that everybody just and it was right after I lost my wife, and it was what I needed to get outside of that, so I could come back and know, all right, I can live now. I can continue on, and you know that's what it was. So and they all were great for that. Uh,
I don't have to. What was it?
what was I saying?
I don't have to be a dick, but I plan on being one forever. I'm just gonna be me, and I think that's all Dan is. Dan's
Well,
just
yeah,
Dan.
it's just
Dan's
like
Dan.
me. Just like me being the grumpy vlogger, I'm not really that grumpy, but it fits sometimes. There's days I am.
Yeah, he's about to head out for, and he'll be on next week. Here we go. He said absolutely about to head out for some more night footage, and he'll be on next week.
Yeah, they were droners. Exactly, Jim. Yeah, that was the.
Yeah, that's the whole point, because there were people telling me, I heard a lot of people talking about that a lot of people just didn't fly, and it wasn't because the wind was too high or anything. It was just because they were all bullshitting and talking and hanging out. And that, like when Don was on earlier and I was explaining how Lance and us all went out, that's part of what I loved about it. We were bullshitting and hanging out, but we were still
Yeah.
all flying. And we just weren't
Well,
stopping.
I took my drone. I took my Avata 1 with me, and but I did. I had it down there. I did fly it a couple of times. I flew with Dan the next day, but I didn't fly it down there at the. Yeah, I was reading the chat, but yeah, I get lost like that. But yeah, I flew it the next day with Dan. And the problem was I hadn't flown the Avata so much in a while. I actually forgot to hit the record button, so I got no video of me flying. So none of my
Hey, Brad.
video was, it's like, okay, but yeah. Hey, Brad.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, but
That's why I set mine to record on takeoff.
well, I thought I had mine. Now you can't do that on the Avata 2.
Yeah, you can.
You can?
Yes, sir.
Where's that setting at?
You go into the camera settings, go to camera,
Right?
and you can set it to record on takeoff, and then you can set it to record both to the goggles and the drone on takeoff.
Okay. All right. That's what I
Dan
got.
said, he said, yeah, Dan's going to take you out with the sharks.
Yeah, he's gonna take me out to Shark's house. Yeah. he said I get to work those hips out for you. Yeah. That's yeah. That's just why I need to get out on the ocean. Yeah, that'd be a broken hip for sure. But no, I mean it's just that's the nice thing about being around droners. They don't, you know, it was just fun, you know. And there was different types for different people, you know, and I kind of fit in all of them, you know.
I think that's part of it because there's a lot of people trying to tell me, well, I didn't feel like I fit in. And so I'm like, no, 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 no. The only reason you didn't feel like you didn't fit in is because you didn't walk up and talk to anybody. I said,
Yeah,
as far as I know, everybody that went down there is more than approachable and more than happy to talk to you, no matter how big
absolutely.
their channel is, no matter
Or
how
how
many
little it is.
subscribers they are. They'll talk to you if you just walk up and talk to them, you know?
Yeah, Ken Dono, he grabbed me and put me in a bear hug and everything else when he saw me there that night at Sticks, and it was just like,
Hey, Herman.
you know. Oh, and Herman, that's that. I had fun with Herman. So down there, but and
Yeah, I
well,
have to meet Herman in person before he'll ever consider making me a moderator on his channel. I think. I have to meet him in person.
Fellas, I'm gonna have to call it a night.
Yep, we're at that point to where you go ahead and
yeah.
take off. I'm going to do about 3 more minutes, and I'm going to do the same. Lloyd, if you need to take off, that's fine. I'll just talk to the chat if you want to. But that
I'll sit here until you sign off, and then I'll go too. I'm
that's
good for
perfectly
another.
right. I will let Randy say his good evenings to everybody.
All right, fellas. I'll see you guys next week, and the weather's getting nice, so definitely get out and fly, have fun, and enjoy yourself.
I fought it too.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll see you guys next week.
All right, see you later.
Later. Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, Dan, I think Dan's up for. So Dan might follow me down after I hang out with him. It's probably what's going to happen. If
Right.
it works out that way. But I want to get. I don't want to stay. I was telling him I don't want to stay at the same hotel that everybody else stays at. I'd rather just get an Airbnb or a VRBO right there on the beach for about the same amount of time.
Well, it worked out good for me. One of apparently there's two Steve Joneses, but one of them is a police officer down in Dallas or Austin or someplace, and he had reserved a room. They were going to charge his card for it, and he couldn't come. So, do what? Anyways,
Dan being Dan.
I hugged a few people. I'm not.
Wait a minute,
Okay.
here. I hugged a few
Yeah.
people, and I'm not gonna lie. I copped the feel on a couple of those beautiful men. These beautiful men.
Yeah. He does that. He does that uncomfortable hug. You know, just long enough. You're thinking, okay.
And then he tells you he worked for Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another documentary if you hadn't seen. It's on Netflix. That will warp your brain when you find out what those kids went through. I was like,
I saw something about that, and I haven't watched it yet. You know what I've been watching is I'm watching the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the timeline,
okay.
starting with Captain America. I am now up to Black Widow, and then it goes to Doctor Strange. And that's not. They don't throw the TV stream shows in because that would, you know.
Apparently,
do what?
Brad's saying he remembers that. They must have shared they must have shared a special moment.
Yeah.
But keep going. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just. They don't include the television mini episodes that they do. But like my son and I were talking when we were out flying, the problem is now is if you don't watch those, you may not know what's going on in the
Yeah,
next
that's true.
iteration of the movie. Which is another way for them just to sell more subscriptions. But yeah,
Well, that's like
and
the newest release that they came out with. It's on video now. Is Madam Web, and the Madam Web that they've put together in this movie is not at all the one that I'm used to in the comics. So I'm
oh
like, I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. Uh, the other one I want to see is Dune 2. I want to see the second part of it.
I don't know for
And
sure when it's supposed to be on Max, either May or June.
in May or June. Okay,
Yeah,
I
and
know
I
you can
know,
buy it now.
yeah, but I don't want to pay $30 for it either. If
Yeah,
they put it on special for like $9.99, I'll consider it.
right. Yeah, my son bought it streaming off of Amazon, I think, or somewhere. And it's like I'll just wait until it comes on Max. But
Yeah, we occasionally get stuff on Fandango, what used to be Voodoo,
right.
because
Sometimes they have them on sale.
yeah, you can't really share any of the streaming networks anymore. So
No,
Voodoo, that's the only place we can share stuff because we've purchased the movie.
right.
So we'll buy stuff now and then just to be able to share with them, but because they
Yeah,
used to
yeah.
watch all the same stuff that we watch because we basically have every streaming channel there is. Oh, everybody's saying good night. And it's
Yeah,
7:01.
yeah.
I'm
It is
turning into a pumpkin, and I got to go do some honeydews.
absolutely.
Oh, Lance is home. He's going to eat dinner. Have a good evening. And Dan is going to get the final word in and says, "Come on, Jim. It'll be a good time. I will lightly caress the back of your earlobe while whispering sweet FPV nothings into your ear." And with that, gentlemen, we will say thank you very much. And be sure to join us next week when we talk about photographs and thumbnails. Live long and prosper. We will see you